Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and we're continuing our look at the Transformers Rise of the Beast. These are the final figures. And this is, I believe, the Wave 2, I guess. Maybe Wave 3. I'm not sure how they break it up, but this is from the Beast Alliance. This is Beast Weaponizer, Arcee, and Cheetor. Now I'm using Cheetor to prop up Arcee because in motorcycle mode, there's really no way for her to stay up. Now, the reason why I'm not sure if this is Wave 2 or Wave 3 is because we've already seen Wheeljack, but there's been a significant space between the release of Wheeljack and Arcee. So are they both part of Wave 2? Or is Wheeljack Wave 2 and Arcee is Wave 3? Regardless, I actually got this figure from Amazon.com. Surprisingly, a pre-order popped up. Um, well, actually, it was one of those you order it and they would ship at a later date. It was not marked as a pre-order, which is kind of interesting since Amazon has not been, since Wave 1, that on the ball with listing the um Rise of the Beast toys. They've never offered the mainline deluxes or Voyagers. In terms of Titan class figures, all I've seen is Scourge. And the Battle Changers, they haven't offered anything since Mirage, which, to be honest, I think the only other one would be Scourge. And also, they also didn't offer. Well, actually, did I get? I can't remember now. Did I get the Beast Combiner Scourge from Amazon? I think I did. So they had that, but it's one of these like I only found the listing because I saw it connected to another figure. It's very odd. The distribution of Rise of the Beast in total has been very odd to say the least. But um, we're starting off in motorcycle mode. A lot of people have said that out of the basic RC figures, this one is the best. And I think in terms of articulation, it is. In terms of screen accuracy, I think we have to go with that core class Studio Series figure, which a lot of people were not fans of. Now, I want to draw your attention here to the back of the motorcycle. As you can clearly see, it's RC's arms. Now, the instructions actually show you two different ways of positioning them. You can actually have them straight out like that, or when they show Cheetor attached here on the rear, they have them angled up. Um, Either way works for the most part. The wheels do roll, and even with the arms straight out, there's no interference as long as you keep the elbows straight. It's unfortunately one of those things where I think it would have been nice to have a couple extra transformation steps to handle those arms there. I do like the coloring, the red, the white, that seafoam green. Maybe not as accurate to the film as it should be, but it still looks pretty good. Now let's take a look at Cheetor real quick. This is the Cheetor that comes with Arcee, and this is the Cheetor that was released in the Wave 1 of the Battle Masters. And I'm sure as you can clearly see, there's a big difference. Well, I shouldn't say big, but there is a difference in the paint job in terms of all of the spots have been removed except for the ones on Cheetor's head. And, a lot of the tech detail, the silver, that's all gone too. So, it is a little bit disappointing how, for just really a couple bucks more, we're being nickel and dimed in terms of paint details and on a figure. Um, I mean, it's bad enough they're reusing the weaponizers, battle masters instead of giving us new ones, but I mean, they could have kept the paint. Also, you can see the main torso is done in a pearlescent white, where on the main release it's a pearlescent silver. But it is cool to have because as you'll see in robot mode, this will give her Arcee the arm blades closer to the prime design. So, and I'm not even just gonna transform it. I mean, transformation is what it is. So you've seen it once, you've seen it a dozen times. So we'll just put these aside for now, um, and let's focus on Arcee. Now, the transformation is actually not that difficult. Um, there is some there is some interesting bits about how the arms come out. Basically, we're going to start back there, and what you want to do is just split that rear wheel section. Now, the instructions show you starting with the legs, and I recommend against that just because uh, part of the leg does actually um, peg into the back of Arcee's head, and that actually helps give you a lot of the um, clearance for the wheels. So it actually does help when going to motorcycle mode to just keep your hand here, position the wheels a little bit out of the way to give you the clearance, just so you can, peg them in, and then just make sure that edge of the heel pegs into the back of RC's head because there's a tendency to want to push it up. So let's just, there we go, like that. And let's straighten out the legs here. They're on a double hinge. Nothing really snaps into place. It's just bring RC's head up, bring that back wheel up, rotate the legs around and bring them down. Bring that wheel up all the way. Um, the windshield here is on a bit of a hinge. I don't really know why. It doesn't stay into place. So you're just about done there. And now one of the cool things is you bring the arms down and make sure you press them all the way so that snaps into place. So that actually will allow you to give you a full arm movement while keeping the wheels in place. And just rotate the forearms around, and there you have RC in its robot mode. I would say out of all the weaponizers, the 2-pack, the Autobots, or I shouldn't say Autobots, but the transforming robots. Well, they all transform, but like the larger figures. There we go. RC feels the lightest. And now, as you can see, the wheels end up on the back instead of the back of the legs, back of the shoulders. I think this is from an early design, as I said. You can go ahead and bring in now the Cheetors. Now, this is the one that comes with her. You can go in the forearm or the hand. But by doing it in the forearm, I think it gives you the closest approximation uh, to the prime arm blades, which in some ways I would say this even does the prime RC arm blade look a little bit better than the Legacy Evolution figure. So, yeah, in terms of the articulation, you do have a deep knee bend. I think that's because of the transformation. Ball joint at the hips, no swivel at the waist. You have a swivel at the head and the neck joint there for due to the transformation. Ball joints at the shoulders, ball joints at the elbows, um, and that's about all. So it's a fairly well articulated RC. I think the Studio Series figure does it a little bit better. And yeah, really not much more to say. So let's just go into my final thoughts. I don't think this is the best weaponizer. I still think that goes to like Optimus Prime or Optimus Primal. And if I'm pushed, I'm going to say Optimus Primal. But it is fun to have. I do appreciate the fact that again, we've had three. This is now the second mainline RC figure. If you include the core class, we've gotten three, and each one has had a fairly unique transformation. So I do appreciate that a lot. Um, but again, you're getting a beast partner that was already released in Wave One, and I think the general consensus is if people knew that they were going to be recycling the beast partners, they would have held off and just gotten them with the figures. Because I think in terms of the price value, even though you're missing out on some paint deco, for what they cost individually, and then in the 2-pack for a few bucks more, you're getting two transforming figures, um, and one that's designed to interact with the weaponizers. Because really, these weaponizers, they really only work with the figures like Arcee. Um, you can give them, I mean, the deluxe, the Voyager figures, a lot of times they have molding and greebling on the hands that blocks the peg going in, so there's that. But if this is the last of the weaponizers, which I do believe it is, then I would say it's going out on a high note. And again, I enjoy the figure and I enjoy having it. I hope you guys enjoy this video review. If you do, like, comment, and subscribe. That will help with the algorithms. As always, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. Dollar a month, $12 a year. You know the spiel. But as I always say, and I really want to stress this because I don't think I've been stressing it the last couple of videos, um, Patreon is a cherry on top of a generous sundae. If you can't swing the dollar a month or $12 a year, your views are thanks enough. And what can really help now is actually sharing the video to other sites and getting it out there. Um, you know, Myself and other reviewers have a problem now where one or two video reviewers have found a pipeline from Vietnam and the factories in that part of the world and get the figures incredibly early. So much so that we just can't compete with that. And that's unfortunate because a lot of times, by the time the figure makes it to retail, let alone saturation, people have forgotten about the video, and a lot of sites just consider it old news. And I know from my own personal experience, most of my views come from having my videos shared on the major websites like Sabertron.com as news articles so people see it on the front page. I mean, that's what my algorithms tell me, and that's what works. So do share them on your pages, on your Facebook groups, get the word out, help. And it really does help little guys like me, building, with our channels. And it's guys like me who've been at this for over 10 years versus guys who've really only been at it for 1 or 2 years and saw an opportunity to make some quick cash. That's a bit of a ramble, but I do apologize. Other than that, fantastic figure that Arcee is. Once again, this is your old pal Chuck for Arcee and Cheetor. We will see you next time.